Hey guys, and welcome back to a new episode of WGT, short for We're Getting There. So, I'm a bit shy, guys. It's been a minute. It's actually been a minute. It's been a hot minute, but I just wanted to let me, I will come clean because I owe you guys that, and also because I did say that we're getting there. So that means that I have to take you guys along even when times get a bit harder for me, because this is what it's all about, like me being as transparent as possible. So basically, recently, by the way, let me start with that. Recently I watched Inside Out, the second one, so the part two. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. It's like an animated movie, and it's about a little girl, and we see her emotions in her head, and we see how everything plays out. So I watched the part two recently, and I've never related to an animated movie this hard. It was, I don't know if y'all have seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. I'll try to speak without spoiling it, but honestly, if I'm spoiling it, it's fine. Like, just go and watch it so that you can see it for yourself. So basically, what happened was I took a bit of a time off, but off for everything. So if any of you guys follow me on social media, you'd see that this month of August I haven't really been posting anything. The only thing I posted was literally when I went to upper room. I think I posted like one or two videos before that, but that was it. Like, even on my stories, it's like a birthday or that's it. Like, I wasn't really trying to be there because I needed like a moment for myself. So what had happened was, okay, let me go back to the movie. Sorry. So I watched the movie, and if you've seen it, at a certain point, every single time I forgot the girl's name, like the main character, but every single time she had like a bad experience, I'd say, Joy, so the her emotion, Joy, would actually take that memory and toss it away. So she would do that every single time something awkward will happen, something that she felt like is best she doesn't remember happened. Everything she would just like toss it away. But it started bubbling up, right? So at this point, the girls start growing up and other emotions come up. Like, as you grow up, I don't think that as a kid you have anxiety. Like, I think some kids, may go through it, so I'm not going to speak for everyone, but I just think that anxiety also kind of comes with the age when you've been through so much. So okay, maybe it doesn't come with the age, but it comes with the experience of life. So let me say it that way. So anxiety kicks in and all these other emotion comes in. I think there was like anxiety, embarrassment, because as a kid you're not really embarrassed, you just like, it is what it is, you fall, you get up. But so there's embarrassment that comes in, ennui comes in, um I kind of forgot. I think it was like four. I think Envy, but I'm not really sure if that was her name, like the little tiny one. But anyways, like all these new emotions show up. And at this point, the main character, she kind of loses she's kind of losing it, because at this point it's like um anxiety is actually really taking over, because she is not really dealing or accepting what is going on now. So the feelings that she's going through, she's not really accepting it, and also she's trying to like fit in with some new girls and stuff, which there is not my case though. So what I realized with this movie was like, as I was watching it, I was so attentive, and I was like, "Bruh, this is actually what I did." Like, when the month started, I realized that there was so much that I hadn't dealt with, and that it started catching up to me. So in a way, um, every single thing that happened to me this year, I tossed it. I was like, "Ah, I can deal with it now. I don't want to deal with it. This, that." So it's in, I don't want to go in details, but it's in like so many aspects of my life. Certain things happened, and I just decided to toss it away. But the thing is, at a certain point, it bubbles up, like it comes back to you, it catches it catches with you. So what happened was, I think with like I started the year, and I let me try and find the right words. Anyways, I started the year, and things started to kind of fall apart with like some people, relationships, whatsoever. It started falling apart. So I brushed it off also because I had so many things that were coming up. So it's like every single month there was something that was happening. Not to me, but I mean, there was like an event or whatsoever. So every single time I told myself, you can't be in your feelings, you have to brush it off and, act like, go for it, like be the person God sent you to be or whatever. So I never dealt with those emotions or how I actually felt. I just tossed it away. So also because I think at that point I had so things started being rocky around, I'd say, end January, February, whatsoever. But I was still good. You get, like, it was like it is what it is. And then I know that in April I had my first conference at church. So during that time, like the whole month of February and March, it's me working towards that conference. So I can't be my emotions, I can't be my feelings, because it's like, Priscilla, get your stuff together, because we are like, you're doing this and you're doing this for God. So you can't now be like, oh, because this happened to me, I'm gonna like lay back. I couldn't do that. So basically, yeah, after April, there was something else coming up, something else coming up, something else coming up. So it's like you kind of forget it's there, but you kind of forget, and you kind of, whenever it tries to come up, you like, no, not now. You always try to shut that door, and that thing is like banging at the door. You shut the door. You don't want to hear it, and then work becomes a lot, and then everything becomes a lot. So at some point, I got to a point where it's like I am breaking, like I'm having a breakdown. I am having a breakdown. So I remember it was like I was really, really like, I'd say I was unwell for a minute, and people that are close to me noticed. And yeah, it was I think it was, I don't think it's bad, I think it was bad. Yeah, it was bad, because it was like, okay, right now this is me being transparent with you guys. So it was so bad to the point that I would be at work, and I'm working, everything is totally fine. I can even laugh with my colleague or whatever. Next thing I know, there's tears coming out of my eyes. It was stuff like that. I'll be home and I would just cry, but I never understood why I was crying. There was like so much feelings, emotions, whatsoever. I was really not feeling okay. So I remember, like, recently I listened to my podcast again, and I listened to like the last one, and I think I was speaking about how I felt like I poured so much into other people, and now I feel empty. So that was a valid point. That was how I did feel. But it was also like other emotions that I hadn't dealt with, or certain conversation that I hadn't made peace with, sorry. So all of that caught up to me, and I just broke down, literally. So it's so weird talking about it. Anyways, so yeah, I broke down, and I I I wouldn't say that I didn't recognize myself or whatever. It wasn't like that, but it's just that I did not feel like I had the capacity to do anything. I lost the willingness to do anything. As much as I love creating content, I would put on my camera and I wouldn't know what I have to say or do. It was so bad. I remember once I tried, like every morning I used to do like a little story, and I'll do like a little video of how the morning is like how I'm getting ready in the morning, or if I go grocery shopping and stuff. And I remember I posted one, and one of my friends like literally came to me, he's like, I don't like this video. And I was like, why? I remember I was like, sir. And he was like, because we can see you're unwell. Like, it's okay for you to take a break. It's okay for you to not be as consistent. But it was like, I would work myself out because I refuse to not be consistent or not put in the work. And I think with all of that, it start like bubbling up. Like, I remember like Janita would call me and would be on the phone on FaceTime, and I'll just tell her like, I just feel weird. I really don't feel okay, and I'll start crying. And Janita is quite awkward, so she'll be like, "Don't cry." I'm sorry, Janita, I have to say. And it's so cute, but it's so funny at the same time because, like, okay, Jonita, I'm gonna stop crying. Thank you so much. Like, you get. So it was really like I think I had to get to a point where it was like, Priscilla, you need a break. You need a break. But I also had to be careful of what I was taking a break from, because I was scared of because I realized that at a certain point I even wanted to take a break from church. I wanted to take a break from everything. But I remember sitting down and I was like, I'd be the most ungrateful human being. Or like, I don't know, but it's just as much as all these things happen, God sustained me. So I felt like when it comes to my responsibility in church, I just could not. I could not. And I remember there was this time where I actually wanted to send overseer a message and be like, I'm not gonna come to church. And next thing I know, I've been put for opening prayer for the French service, and I remember looking at my phone thinking, why? And I was thinking for excuses to give to not do the opening prayer because I was like, no. So I remember I was like, do you know what, Priscilla? No matter how you feel, you're gonna have to go to church. That's one. And your responsibilities, you're gonna have to do it, like no matter how you feel, because that is like this is something that I have put on myself. I have decided that no matter what, I want to stay obedient to God, and and I'm also under a leadership. So end of the day, if He signed me up for that, I'm gonna have to do it. Do you get? And it's like I have to discipline myself in a way where no matter what happens, I know that when it comes to church, when it comes to my responsibility in church, I have to see it through as much as I can. As much as I can. So yeah, it was more like I'd be like, so I remember that Sunday, waking up was so hard for me. So I remember I even wanted to text Mahitable and be like, yo, I'm not going to make it to the morning service. I'm just going to come for French anyways, because I have to do opening prayer at French service. And I was just like, do you know what, Priscilla, just go. Just go. So I remember like being pissed while getting ready, got to church super pissed. I'm never going to forget. This is me sitting down minding my business. And one of the youths pulls up to me and he goes like, if you're gonna be pissed like this next time, just don't come. And I looked at him and I was I was like, I was thinking like, how dare you? Because he was really like, he said it in French, like, wesh, t'es gris comme ça, pourquoi t'es venu alors? And I was thinking like, frère, like, no. And then it kind of hit me. I was like, bro, you are a youth leader. And look at your face right now. The problem with me is that I cannot hide on my face. Like I have learned to tame my tongue, but I haven't learned to fix my face. I'm still in that process. So it's like you would see it. And really and truly, I knew I was pissed, but I in a way thought that you wouldn't really see it. I don't know why I thought for a second that maybe I could just covered it and I just looked tired. But I did not look tired. I looked pissed. I didn't want to be in church. And I remember as the service, like opening prayer went on, already after the comments, because I go to church before it starts. So after the comments, I kind of cool down. Like I didn't want to be more pissed. I was like, Priscilla, you need to fix your face because now people are gonna start get it coming in. The youths are gonna start coming in, and I don't want to have to explain myself to anyone. So this is me, like talking to myself, and the opening prayer starts. So I start praying, whatever, worship, and the whole service goes on, and I start sensing this joy. I start actually smiling, but not smiling telling myself smile. I start smiling because I am loving where I am right now. I really felt like I was under the atmosphere. Like at that moment, I really felt like God was embracing me. That even when I did the opening prayer, it went so smoothly. Like everything, I remember. Like I don't know why this Sunday was so special, and I don't remember anything. Like honestly, if you tell me what was the sermon, I don't remember because I think it was the first Sunday of the month. But I remember feeling so happy, and I kept on laughing. I kept on smiling. I remember, um, Brittany, Overseer's wife came to me and she was like, now you're happy because when you walked in, you were really not happy. And I was like, thank you, Brittany. And it was like, I felt, I remember thanking God so much that He pulled me out of bed and put me to church no matter how I was trying to fight it. Like that morning, I fought with myself. It was so bad, and I lost. So it was a 1-1. But yeah, I remember getting to church, and it was like no, but the sense of joy that I had after it, I don't think that I would have got that if I had stayed home talking about I need to feel better or take a moment for myself. Like it was not gonna work like that. And I remember I came back home and I was in tears, and all I could say to God was thank you. Like I was in deep thanksgiving. Is that a thing? I think it should be a thing because sometimes we forget to thank God. Like it was nothing else. It was just thanksgiving because it was like I felt like that joy that I felt, I hadn't felt it in so long. So when you go back to the movie like Inside Out, I felt like Joy has been trapped and she's been trying to like get to the control, but she couldn't because it's like anxiety was blocking her, embarrassment was blocking her, like so many feelings were blocking the joy inside of me to come full and take over. So I remember that day is where I really felt the sense of joy. And it's kind of a roller coaster because yeah, that day I felt a sense of joy, but then again, a few days later, everything started like creeping up. The things that conversation that was had, like so many things where I felt embarrassed, where I wished I did things differently, where I wished I had said things differently, like so many things. So at this point, I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna be honest to myself and what's it called, and actually tell my friends what's actually going on. So I remember Jonita was aware, obviously, because it's like we're FaceTiming and I'm crying, so she don't miss that. Work, they notice because she just don't like my job don't make you cry. There's no reason to cry. Like, bro, why you crying? So I remember all of that, and at that point I was like, if I stay silent, it will eat me up from the inside out. And oh, that's the name of the movie. Anyways, but I knew it. So I just like I remember one of my friends was like, bro, you're off. You're totally off. And I just explained, and sometimes talking about it will help, but it's talking about it to the right people. That was what helped me. That was definitely what took me out 100%. Because now I'm better. Like those thoughts has vanished, but I'm still working on emotions now. But I'm way better, cause yeah, I'm way better. So I remember one day I randomly texted Sylvia and I was like, "Can I call you?" And I usually don't tell my friends, "Can I call you?" You're my friend. I will call you at any time. If you don't pick up, I'll be dramatic about it. Then you'll tell me why you didn't pick up, and I will understand. But I'll still be dramatic about it because I'm Priscilla. So I texted her and she was like, "Well, yeah." So I called her and I think to my voice, she was like, "Yo, what's up?" So I just explained like I'm not really feeling well and stuff. I'm having kind of a breakdown and I don't know what to do whatsoever. So she on I think I called her on Friday or Saturday and she was like, "Monday, come to my place, we're having a barbecue and we'll just talk about everything." So I remember like going there and it felt good to be able to talk about it, not feel judged, and it was just like the other person hearing you out, so you can vent. So I think from that moment is when I started feeling like better when I could talk about it, but with the right people, and that's why, guys, I will never cease to say it. The people around you matter because after that, I had dinner with my bestie, with Crystal, and guys, like it was highly needed. Like talking to someone that knows you completely makes things very, very easier. Do you get? So talking, I had to talk to Crystal about it. I really had to talk to my close friends about it. And I remember once, let me go back on my Instagram. I posted this video. It was a video where I was holding a Bible, and it was like, I think the voice was like, if I think it was this way. Yeah, and now the thing is, we cannot be fighting because if we fight, I'll win, you lose. And then I wrote as a caption, sorry. the caption was, "You're a woman of God, and the enemy is trying to frustrate you." So POV, you're a woman of God. So I remember posting that, and then and obviously what I did was like, when the enemy tries to come to you, but you're a woman of God, so you fight back with the word. And the thing is, I was in that moment where I was trying to fight back with the word, but it was still like my emotions were just not on, like we're not on board. And it's funny because it's like everybody's like, oh yeah, I can relate, blah blah blah. And I remember my cousin Debbie sent it to me. I was like, I'm really praying for you to be able to actually fight it the way you're talking about it. So, it's crazy because on social media, like, it's social media. So people are like, oh, she's definitely out there fighting. Like, and it's like, no, no, because it feels like I'm getting beat up. Like it was not a KO. I was not on the floor, but I was getting beat up. Like, yeah, it was a fight for sure. I was getting beaten. Like, yo, left, right, left, right. And I remember her sending me, I really pray that you'll be able to fight back just as you did that video will become your reality. And I remember look at the message, and I was like, well, well, yeah, that's a fact. So basically I just started like working on myself, and I think with time I started getting better, because, and also Upper Room really helped. And I remember to the point where I kept on going back and forth. Like, I would tell Crystal, I'm coming to Upper Room. Then I'm like, I'm not coming to Upper Room. Like, I'm coming to Upper Room. Then I'm not coming to Upper Room. Then I told Emmanuel, because he then they were looking for someone to like create content, to like just vlog and stuff. And I was like, oh, I'll do it. And then obviously, because I was in my feelings, I was like, yeah, I'm going through so much, I can't do it, because I think that if I do it, it's not going to be well. Like, it was so many emotions. It was really, really bad. But then I was like, Priscilla, you have to go. I think I decided to go. So Upper Room was on Thursday, and I decided to go on Upper Room that week, Monday. People would think I planned it. Nah, everything was last minute. That week, Monday, is when we got a car. I booked my hotel that week, Monday. And then I changed it on Tuesday because the hotel I first booked was way too far. Like, everything was done that week. So I paid double everything because like it's last minute. So it was like, ugh, it was so long. And then we had to drive all the way to Berlin. I think an 8 hours trip turned into a 10, 11 hour trip. It was like horrible. But I really, 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 really do thank God that I went, because what happened there, had I missed it, obviously I wouldn't know what I missed. But now that I know what I could have missed, I'm like, hell no. I thank the Lord Almighty that he was like, you're going. And it was like, I was like, but God, like, it's at this point it's getting expensive. And at this point I did not care about the price. I remember whenever we had to pay for something, I was just like, that's it, just here. Because I just could not have anything hold me back. And money was definitely not gonna be that. So yeah, I went, and it definitely helped. And there was also certain conversation that I had to have with certain people that also helped me break loose in a way, because I felt like certain words that were said were still playing in my head, and I just needed to know that, the person knew that was not okay. So this month has been a really working on myself. And I think at Upper Room is where I also realized that um what I'm doing, I'm not just doing it in vain. Like, people are actually on the other side, really, I would say, enjoying and listening and going through, and are on the journey with me. And I think that is what really touched me, when people really came to me and they were like, oh my God, I listened to your podcast and it's really, really great. Because, you know, it, it's been a while that I haven't been posting. So it's like the podcast was in the back of my head. I'm just trying to get better, guys. So when people would come to me, I remember Tabitha giving me side eyes, like, you see, people actually do like you. They do listen to you. I was thinking, this is not the moment. Like, every single time someone would approach me and Tabitha was next to me, I was like, Lord, just call her. Like, somebody should just call her. But yeah, I was just really, really grateful for being there, and it really, really helped. I was so happy that I was able to vlog, and y'all didn't even, like, you cannot say that by in my vlog. You can, like, I was good. Like, honestly, I looked at that vlog and I was like, yeah, you're definitely better. You're definitely feeling better, because I could have not done that vlog. I think the first or second week of August. Absolutely not. Absolutely, you could tell in my eyes. Absolutely not. So, all this to say that no matter how life can get complicated or hard, when it comes to God, don't give up. Keep, like, you can say that you want to take a break from everything, but when it comes to God, I will beg you guys, do not take a break, because it gets hard. It gets hard, but that's when you're tested, because you'll be tested to be approved. That's the thing. You be tested to have a testimony. That's the thing. Because I love bringing David and Joseph up. Y'all know. Yeah, like when I get to heaven, these are the two first people I'm running to. And it's like, had Joseph given up when he was in prison, or back down and be like, oh, I don't want to do this, he might have not been that important to the point where he was like second in command when it comes to Egypt. He was able to save his whole family. Maybe he would have still made it and he would have worked in the palace with the king, and he could have maybe saved himself and a few people in his family, but I don't think he would have been able to do everything that he did had he not went through the pain. If David had backed up like, God, you called me for this, you anointed me, but now Saul is out here trying to kill me. This is going wrong. I keep on fleeing for my life. Like, what is this? And you keep on doubting God. I don't think that, probably David would have died sooner. Like one of the times, say, Saul was trying to kill him, or he wouldn't have been like the great king he became. So I think, like, if we do understand that we go through certain things for a certain reason because it will help people tomorrow, then so be it. Like, I've told God, like, as much as sometimes I don't really like the experience you're putting me through, if it's gonna help somebody else to not go as deep, then you know may my life be a testimony. So yeah, I think it's time for me to come back. But I do want to say this. I know that I've been posting, like, I've been releasing every Mondays, but if you guys would just bear with me for a second, I'll release every, like every 2 Mondays. Is that correct? Like, one Monday I will, one day I will not, and then one Monday I will. Wow. Like if you guys will allow me this, it would really really help me to be able to come back, because it's a lot that I put on my plate at once, and I'm not digesting well. So yeah. And I don't want to stop this. I don't want to stop this. Already I've taken like 4 weeks. I think it's been four Mondays that I haven't posted. So yeah, it's time for me to come back slowly but surely. So on this note, guys, you know that life is a journey, but one thing's for sure is that we're gonna get there. Love you guys, and God bless you.